Have you ever felt like people treat you differently as you get older? Maybe you've noticed that some friends are drifting away, family members seem less patient, or even strangers are less friendly than before. It can be frustrating and even painful when you feel like you're being pushed aside, especially when you know you still have so much to offer. But what if I told you that this shift in how people treat you might not be entirely about them? It could be about some subtle behaviors, attitudes, or habits that you've unknowingly developed over time. In this video, we're going to talk about 6 things that can make people start resenting you after 70. These aren't big, obvious mistakes, but small, gradual habits or mindsets that can create distance between you and those you care about. The good news is, once you recognize these patterns, you can make a change. You can strengthen your relationships and continue being someone others genuinely enjoy being around. Stay with me until the end as we dive into these 6 key issues, explore why they can push people away, and discover practical ways to fix them before it's too late. It's not about changing who you are, it's about ensuring that the best version of you is what people remember and cherish as you age. Let's get started. 1. Becoming too negative about everything. As we age, life's challenges seem to pile up. Health problems, financial struggles, and disappointments with family or society often make it hard to stay upbeat. It's completely natural to feel frustrated, but if you focus only on the negatives, people might start avoiding you without even realizing it. Complaints and negative stories can slowly take over your conversations, and eventually, those around you will start to associate your presence with negativity and frustration rather than joy and warmth. Imagine a friend or relative who only talks about how bad the world is or complains about every little inconvenience. While your feelings and concerns are valid, constantly venting or focusing on what's wrong can make others feel drained. They might enjoy your company less and eventually distance themselves. This happens because no one wants to feel worse after spending time with someone. And if every conversation is about what's wrong in the world, people may start avoiding you. What should you do instead? Begin to practice self-awareness. If you notice that a conversation is taking a negative turn, pause and ask yourself, is this the kind of energy I want to bring into this interaction? Try shifting the conversation to something more positive or neutral. A funny story, a compliment, or asking someone about their day can make all the difference. Instead of always leading with complaints, balance them with moments of gratitude or curiosity. It's a small effort that can go a long way in making people feel uplifted after spending time with you. 2. Giving unwanted advice or criticism. By the time you reach your 70s, you've gathered a wealth of wisdom. You've seen trends come and go, and you've made mistakes and learned valuable lessons. Naturally, you want to share this wisdom with others, especially your children and grandchildren, to help them avoid the same pitfalls. However, offering unsolicited advice can often feel more like criticism to those on the receiving end. You might notice yourself giving advice on how others should live, from how they handle money to how they raise their kids. While your intentions are good, unsolicited advice can make people feel judged rather than supported. The same goes for friendships. Telling a friend they should eat healthier or spend less money might feel like help, but they may perceive it as a criticism. This can cause tension and, over time, lead to people avoiding interactions with you. What can you do instead? The key is to wait for someone to ask for advice. If someone genuinely wants your guidance, they'll ask for it. If they don't, it's best to let them navigate their own journey. When offering advice, do so in a way that respects their independence. Instead of saying, "You really should be eating better," ask, "Are you interested in some tips I've learned about healthy eating?" This simple shift in approach can make a world of difference in how others perceive you. People don't avoid advice because they don't care. They avoid it because they don't want to feel judged. By offering advice respectfully and only when asked, you become a trusted voice rather than a source of frustration. 3. Refusing to adapt to change. The world is constantly evolving, and as we age, change can feel overwhelming. You might feel that things were better in the past, or that modern technology is unnecessary. It's understandable to resist change, especially when you've lived through decades of traditions and values that now seem to be disappearing. But when you refuse to adapt to the changing world around you, you can create friction in your relationships, especially with younger generations. This resistance to change can manifest in various ways. For example, dismissing modern technology as unnecessary, refusing to engage with social media, or insisting that the way things used to be is better than the present. These attitudes can make it harder for people, especially younger family members, to include you in their lives. When people feel like every interaction with you turns into a debate about why the past was better, they may start distancing themselves. Instead of resisting change, try staying open-minded. You don't have to adopt every new trend, but a willingness to learn and engage with new ideas will make you more relatable and included in modern conversations. Instead of saying, "That's stupid, I don't get it," try, "That's interesting, tell me more about it." It's not about loving every new thing, but showing curiosity and an open heart towards the changes happening around you. Staying curious will help you connect better with others and keep your mind sharp. 4. Expecting too much from others without giving back. One of the most common sources of resentment in relationships is when one person continually takes without giving back. As you age, it's easy to fall into the habit of expecting more from others, whether it's your children, friends, or neighbors. You might expect them to call you first, visit regularly, or take on more of the load when it comes to errands or emotional support. While it's natural to need help, relationships are a two-way street. If you expect people to constantly accommodate your needs without showing appreciation or offering anything in return, they will begin to feel taken for granted, which can push them away. What can you do instead? Start by showing more appreciation. If you notice that you're always receiving but not giving, take the time to give back. A kind word, a thoughtful gesture, or even just showing interest in how others are doing can go a long way in making people feel valued. People are happy to help when they feel appreciated, but when they start to feel like they're fulfilling an obligation, they may withdraw. Small gestures of gratitude, like sending a thank you note or remembering important dates, can show people that you value them and not just what they can do for you. 5. Bringing up the past too often. Memories are precious and they help us connect with our past. However, constantly bringing up the past in conversations, whether it's about the good old days or repeating the same stories over and over, can become tiresome and create a barrier in your relationships. This is especially true when talking to younger generations who may not relate to your experiences the same way you did. By constantly referring to the past, you risk making others feel like their present experiences are less valid. They might feel frustrated if every time they share something new, you respond with, "Back in my day," or "You kids don't understand how hard it was back then." This can also happen among friends your age, especially if you're repeating stories they've already heard countless times. What should you do instead? While it's important to cherish your memories, try to balance them with interest in the present. Share stories, but also ask others about their lives. Engage with what's happening now rather than just reliving old experiences. This will help keep conversations fresh and exciting, and people will feel more connected to you in the here and now. 6. Not respecting boundaries in personal space. As we age, we may start to feel that our needs and presence should take priority in relationships. However, one of the most important things in maintaining healthy relationships is respecting others' boundaries, whether they're emotional, physical, or time-related. Overstepping these boundaries, whether by calling too often, showing up unannounced, or prying into others' personal lives, can make people feel overwhelmed or smothered, leading them to pull away. What can you do instead? Practice mindfulness. If you feel like someone is avoiding you, ask yourself if you've been respecting their space. Have you been asking for too much attention or pushing for more involvement in their lives than they're comfortable with? Respecting boundaries fosters trust and mutual respect, which are essential for maintaining strong relationships. It's not about withdrawing completely, but about finding a balance where everyone feels comfortable and valued. Conclusion: as we age, our relationships evolve. But the good news is that you can maintain strong, meaningful connections well into your later years by recognizing and adjusting certain habits and behaviors. By becoming more aware of how negativity, unsolicited advice, resistance to change, unrealistic expectations, excessive reminiscence, and boundary violations impact your relationships, you can take steps to foster stronger bonds with those around you. The key takeaway here is that relationships thrive on respect, appreciation, and balance. When you actively show interest in others' lives, respect their space, and remain open to new experiences, you'll continue to be a source of joy, support, and inspiration in their lives. It's not about changing who you are. It's about being the best version of yourself, one that people will continue to enjoy being around. So, which of these 6 points stood out to you the most? Have you ever experienced someone pulling away and now understand why? Leave a comment below to share your thoughts. And remember, small changes can make a big difference in how we connect with others. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you.